What's up, TikTok? We're about to go live, ball around the world. Our weekly episodic has started, baby. Time to start the show.
You watched the Real Madrid game yesterday? Have you started?
That's what we're about to talk about. Here, I'm going to call you right back. I don't know why it's messing up my audio. I'm going to call you right back. What's up, people? Let's get into it. We live, ball around the world. Let's start it. Live. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Ball around the world, ball around the world. Ball around the world, ball around the world. Ball around the world, ball around the world. EPB podcast. We all around the world. Hey, ball around the world, ball around the world. Ball around the world, ball around the world. My boy Jay Sam, what's up? We the EPB podcast. We all around the world. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome. Welcome to Monday. It's Labor Day in the States. We're here. Most people are off. Most people are chilling. We are out here. I was just on the phone with my boy. I'm going to call him right back. The boy Ash Austin. He's in Texas. We're just going to catch up. I don't have anything like specific, any specific topics I wanted to touch on. I mean, I do. I have, obviously, for those who see the YouTube at the bottom of the page. We got some topics. We got my boy Ash Austin on the line. What's happening, bro?
What's the good word?
We were just talking about, I wasn't going to start off in this sequence, but I might as well since we were talking about it. Your team, I'm just going to call them your team because that's your city. Your team, Houston Dynamo, came over to LAFC this weekend and smacked us up one time. This is right after LAFC played in the League's Cup final against the best team in the league, in my opinion, Columbus Crew. That was a tough game. Olivier Giroud got a header to tie up the game, but it still wasn't enough. They ended up beating us, and I think we took that and brought it down to and brought it against Houston. And Houston's one of those teams where like they're really interesting to watch because this is what I was telling AJ, and I'm gonna say it now. It's an interesting team to watch because they play so well in build up. Their possession is crazy. Hector Guerrera is still he played poorly this past weekend, but still those two midfielders, Hector Herrera and there's another one I can't think of. They just be balling, but it's such a contrasting style, and you're gonna see this next week when you watch them, bro. Obviously, because apparently LAFC are going down to Houston to play again. But LAFC, all they get up the field. It is literally just a one-man counterattack, and they go. So I don't know. It's actually it's fun styles to watch because they're contrasting styles. It's almost, maybe this is blasphemous to say, but it's like watching Jose Mourinho, Jose Mourinho counterattack Madrid versus Pep Guardiola tiki taka Barcelona. It's kind of like that. Anyway, that's what happened in the MLS. We got a lot going on. You just asked me a question about Madrid. Let's go ahead and get into Madrid. But first and foremost, appreciate everybody tapping in. Welcome. We're here Monday. Ball around the world, just talking footy topics from around the world. My boy and I watched some good soccer. We got some good soccer actually this weekend. For those of you who joined on Instagram or TikTok, you can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/@eatprayball. Come tap in, come subscribe, come join the conversation. But yeah, bro, Mbappe finally popped his cherry. That's the name of this episode, actually.
What did you think of his performance?
I think it's a lot. I think it was a lot like the performances we've seen Madrid put in. They just looked a little bit better in the second half. They still kind of look
Unbalanced.
unbalanced. Yeah, exactly. What do you think? Like,
Yeah, they need to figure it out.
yeah.
They need to figure it out, and they've obviously got a lot of good players that were there before Mbappe, and so they've got to make it work. And
But I mean, does it look? Does it from an eye test? Does it look to you like an Mbappe thing? That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't look like it's like, oh, now that Mbappe's here, nobody can figure out. It just looks like they just have a rough start. It looks like Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo are trying almost too hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it also doesn't help that Jude is injured.
Bro, Jude is the key to me. Jude is literally the key. Like that box to box, who has enough composure to hold possession and not just try to kick the ball away. I mean, when Mbappe got his first goal, that came from Jude. That was all Jude in a Super Cup. Yeah. So maybe that's all they're missing. But I don't know. I don't know. Like Vinny looked cool. Vinny's just always running at people. They're just an interesting team, bro. Like did you watch Barcelona this weekend?
I did not, but I caught all the Instagram posts.
Caught all of the hype, the highlights. Yeah, exactly.
Barca's doing their thing. Good for them. Makes La Liga more entertaining.
It does, but I just this doesn't look to me like it's gonna take a real long time to have Real Madrid turn into the team we think Real Madrid should turn into. Like it doesn't look that bad, but he's not. Ever since he came to La Liga, yes, he's gotten a good amount of goals, but he doesn't look as prolific of a striker as he did at all in Germany.
Yeah, I mean, he is 36 years old. What age did Benzema leave La Liga? He was, 35?
Like 37.
37?
Yeah, or Benzema's 36. No, maybe he's 36.
So he left, 2 years ago? Beginning of last season?
Yeah, he left beginning of last season. He left beginning of last season. He's 36 years old. So, yeah, he left at 35, 36. On top. Yeah. On top. Absolute top, right? So you're saying to me Lewandowski going to a better kind of more possession-heavy team can't?
Yeah, it does seem like his performance is different. I do agree. He seems less prolific. I don't know if that's age or
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's a little bit of age, but bro, he's had the Bundesliga luxury tax his whole career. And I'm like, maybe Bundesliga luxury tax is unfair. Maybe I should say he's had the Bayern luxury tax. They've just been so good and so much better than every team in the Bundesliga that, of course you're scoring 30, 35 goals a season. What else should you be doing? But
right. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah. So something to look out for. People are going to try to say that about Mbappe, but after seeing them 2 goals this weekend, so I don't know who's going to end up taking PKs. But
yeah, I turned the game on now because I
you might as well just turn the second half on. What's up, Jay Sands?
The second half, and to your point, it just does. It seems like there's, Vinny is a superstar, obviously,
Oh shoot, I lost him, y'all. I lost him. My bad. There he is. My bad, dog. I canceled out. There's a little echo. I might need you to put in headphones because my audio is echoing off of your devices.
No, I can't see you.
Can't see me?
Hold on. Oh, God.
This man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, we watched Real Madrid this weekend. He's going to pop back in and talk about it. But this is for everybody we're talking to as well, as you hear these devices ringing off in here. What about now? You see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, your audio is way better. Jay Sands, how's that audio? Does that sound better? Unfortunately,
yeah, I just put the
y'all can't.
I just put the AirPods in.
Yeah. You sound good.
But what I was saying was that Vinny just doesn't he's a superstar by virtue of what he's done, but he doesn't give superstar. I don't know, man. I just feel like if Ronaldo was on this team, and again we go back to Ronaldo, but it's just he just gave superstar even when he got to Madrid, right? Even when he got to Madrid, he was like, I'm the man.
Yeah.
And regardless of who was already at Madrid. Now, I'm not saying Mbappe has to do that, but it does seem like they're stars, but they're not stars. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, I'm with you.
Vinny's a star, but he's not really. He doesn't give star vibes.
But that's interesting because people are really trying to push him on the star into the star category. And it's fun. And when we say star, we're talking about like super. Obviously, Vinny's a star. Like nobody's doubting that Vinny is like a star on the world stage, a name in the world stage. But when I agree with you that Vinny isn't quite the obvious Ballon d'Or, obvious superstar of the world, like top 3 players in the world. You know what I mean? Like I don't see that out of Vinny Jr. either.
And so the reason why I say that is because this whole penalty kick situation, it's kind of like, usually the top dog is taking the penalty kicks regardless. You know, like he's just grabbing the ball, like it's just understood. And so it will be interesting to see how Madrid sort of balances that out. I guess it's really going to be a function of who's, leading goal scorer, to help boost their numbers.
You don't think they take PKs in practice and just like whoever is the best at it wins? Like,
I would think so, but I would also think it's Mbappe. Like he's taken massive penalty kicks.
Yeah, throughout his career, right?
I mean, shit, World Cup stage, he's taking penalty kicks.
Yeah, that's real. Right, World Cup stage, yeah, true. So,
and I don't, not to say Vinny hasn't done that either, but it's a little different.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like Vinny is not the same kind of star Mbappe. That was what I was actually going to ask you. Like, do you think that what you're saying qualifies for Mbappe too? Like, is Mbappe not quite the star, or no, he's different? Like, he is a superstar, recognized on all levels as top 3 players in the world. So it is his team coming into this.
You said because Mbappe is a top 3 player.
No, I'm just saying like what you were saying about Vinny, where it was just like he's not really, like let me ask you straight up. Do you think Vinny Jr. is top 3 players in the world?
I do. I mean, I definitely do.
Wow.
I just don't think he commands it in a way in which like we've seen stars command sort of like that limelight. And I'm not even saying like in today's like terms. I'm just saying like
in general.
You go back to like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It just felt like the as much success as Vinny has had.
Right.
It doesn't seem like his stardom is following his achievements, and that's maybe it's the Ballon d'Or that will solidify that.
Right, but that's I'm kind of like that's
d'Or.
where I'm kind of coming from this. I don't even think Vinny's necessarily like. I don't think the Ballon d'Or should be his. I think honestly, Lautaro Martinez is above Vinny in Ballon d'Or, and I think Jude Bellingham is above both of them because. When I think about Jude went to a final of the Euros. Jude scored, I counted, bro, because I went back game by game. He scored up over 7 game winners for Real Madrid in La Liga. And there were like 3 extra ones in Champions League too. Oh, not Champions League, El Clasico. He scored a game winner in every El Clasico they played last season. He scored game winners in big games where they literally were looking like they were about to drop points to Osasuna and such. So I think Jude is a clear Ballon d'Or over Vinny. I don't know why Vinny is really the top dog in this conversation. You know what I mean? And so I'm arguing the same thing. I do think Vinny is a superstar. What's up, Darby Monkey? My baller, my internal chat troll, who is also a baller. Jude Bellingham is Gozy. I don't know what Gozy is. Ghostly? What you talking about? Holland, Jude. If I'm not thinking about somebody, I might be missing somebody too. But like, how has Jude? I know Jude's young and whatever, but how has he not proven that already?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not putting Vinny in there?
I think Vinny is top 10 for sure. Absolutely, which makes him a world star, or makes him a top baller of the world. Or let me say it makes him world class. But is he? I think there's a tier above world class, which is just the elite level, which I think you can only reserve 5 players for that. And I'm just trying to think who would you put in that category?
No, I mean I can't argue against it, but it does sound crazy when you hear it out loud.
My boy Shakhtar Edit, Shakar Edit from India, shout you out because you're helping me with some edits soon, my friend. He said Kroos is really missed in this team.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
They definitely haven't replaced him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's facts.
You know, I mean, Luka doesn't, get on the field. He gives them a lot of balance, and
Right.
And obviously they're missing Camavinga, so it's really just Tchouaméni that's.
And Tchouaméni doesn't play that position. Tchouaméni just sits back. Tchouaméni's more of the Conte Makalele of the team, you know.
Yeah.
And you'll see an excellent long shot from him every once in a while. But yeah, Tchouaméni is not up and down. So again, like Jude, more so than Fede Valverde even, is that Kroos replacement? Is that balance in the team that they need in order?
Well, I don't know if it's Jude because Jude's he's an attacking midfielder.
Attack minded.
You know, like
yeah.
That Cruz was just making. It's like they need like a Cruz, a Busquets. Like they just need some like your boy just said. They need someone to give them some balance.
Yeah. But funny enough, Jude in his attacking mindset somehow balances the team. And I don't know why. It's just maybe because it's not the Vinny 1-2 tiki-tak Vinny Mbappe show, but they're in better shape. Too much credit. But to your original point, yeah, Vinny doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like, man, Mbappe and Vinny are going to have to fight for, PK taking abilities. And it seems like it's very much, no, this is Mbappe. But Vinny has been here, so he knows he too. There's a lot more. There's a lot more between them. All I know is I've seen brilliance in moments where you're just like, damn, Rodrigo to Vinny to Valverde over the top, back heel, Mbappe. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty interesting. Let's move on though. Let's talk about the Prem. That's what we was really watching this weekend anyway. We all know what we're watching here. I'm gonna start off with Chelsea because you already know. Actually, y'all played first. You want to start? You have any thoughts about? Yeah.
We had a lot of good chances in the first half. A lot of almosts, and I just think it points to Arsenal just need a clinical striker. I mean,
yeah,
bringing in additional midfielder.
That'd be really good for you. I forgot about that. That's
I'll have to see, but I mean, it just was not. It was just poor finishing in the first half, and then this Declan Rice red card, which was very just questionable. I mean, I get why he got the red card, but it was just like it just happens. Like it was just like a normal sort of scenario in a game. So for him to have gotten a second yellow card, really changed the course of the game, really for no fucking reason.
For no reason. Do you think he was being cynical? Like, do you think he knew what he was doing and like he really just shouldn't have been doing it?
I think he probably just did it. It's almost like you did it and then your brain is like, oh fuck, did I just really do that?
Right. Right.
It was just probably such a natural sort of movement, right? Like, yeah, you kicked he didn't like blast it away. And there was another play in the first half where Brighton did blast the ball away, and there was no yellow card. So
right,
it definitely
at least
seemed
call
like
it both ways.
Little inconsistent.
Yeah,
it was a little inconsistent, and it changes the whole course of the game, right? Like it's a big call, so that's like a frustrating thing. It's like when a big call changes the course of the game for no reason.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And that's sort of what happened. But I mean, Arsenal should have fucking had this team like 3-0 by the first half. Like we just weren't fucking scoring. Saka had some great opportunities. Odegaard, delivered a great ball in. And there was just a lot of misses, and I think a striker would have finished those.
Yeah, that's the fact of the matter. So it wasn't.
No, there were just some clear, deeper issues that we've just constantly seen, and it's like, yeah, Arsenal have these great possessions. They get into some real dangerous areas, but. Honestly, I'm wondering at what point in time will a defender figure out Saka's like one move? Like, it's so effective.
Yeah, it is effective.
I'm just surprised that people have not figured out how to defend it. It's literally he's a left-footed winger, inverted winger.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
No,
just going to cut in on you, and
every
it does
time.
look smooth, but it's every time,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know.
But I was talking to somebody about this. Like, there's people who can't get it right, like in Anthony, where it's like you're so left-footed. What's up, Elisa Navarro? I appreciate it. She said, tapping in, love your vids, watching on my phone and computer. Please hit the subscribe button, stay tapped in, and give us your opinion on things. But yeah, like to your point, Ash, like you watch it on not on Arjen Robins level, but like on the level of it still remains effective even though people know what you're doing. And I think that's dope. The other thing I think is dope is he's in a system where that style of play can be really
Effective.
fruitful for him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and I think with Raheem Sterling playing left, we started Trossard this weekend, but with Raheem Sterling maybe on the left, it just gives us some like balance. Like if you watch, it's almost like watching England, man. It's like literally attack down the right side. Like it's just constant Saka, 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 which I love. Like I love Saka.
right,
Don't get me
right. You
wrong,
want to
but
see
I'm
it.
just like, yo, like it is just fucking so predictable. Top team, I'm gonna be putting two on that left side. The same, just to basically prevent Arsenal from doing the same tricks.
Ah, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm happy that I think this is a good fit for Sterling. I'm happy that y'all are finally realizing that Martinelli is just not doing enough. I think it's crazy.
Well, I don't know if he's not doing enough. He hasn't really, recovered from his injury. It doesn't seem like, So hopefully he doesn't go out like an Emil Smith Rowe because Emil Smith Rowe was looking real good when he picked up that number 10 shirt, and then
And
it
then
turned downhill from there.
and it turned to Eden Hazard at Madrid. Though shout out Emil Smith Rowe. I think he has 2 goals at Fulham thus far.
Yeah, he's balling at Fulham.
So
I mean, all those ex-Arsenal boys are doing well at Fulham right now.
yeah, they do it. Elisa Navarro, yo, give us your name. He's on his mom's account. So he said, no, I'm not Elisa. I'm not a girl. I'm watching on my mom's computer. We'll shout you out. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe on your mom's computer and your computer, bro. Just keep it all. I don't know why Trossard is so good off the bench, but can't be a starter. I think Raheem will be a starter, and he will fit in very well. Because Raheem is like Saka, only kind of has more than one direction. So he's going to go at people, and I think he's going to feel a lot more freedom to go at people because y'all system is a very, possession-based. He's got Declan Rice in behind him. Like, he'll have a lot more ability to go and create shit in the box. Like Havertz, I'm anticipating seeing a really good Havertz and Sterling connection. I don't know how many goals Sterling's gonna get, but I know he's gonna get the ball across the box. Like,
he's good for that. I mean,
Yeah.
Sterling, the teams he was at, but I don't think he's a bad player. And quite frankly, we're paying $100,000 a week for Sterling. Like
Yeah.
that is the biggest win out of any transfer.
That is true.
This summer.
You're paying
Like
only,
you're basically paying effectively nothing for him.
right when he's on 250 at I think he's actually 3. I thought you were paying 50% of his wages. Are you only paying?
We're paying $100,000, and Chelsea's paying $250.
250, right? Yeah,
which is insane.
That
now,
is insane.
Is Sterling a $350K a week player? We've had many conversations about
We've
this.
had
about
many
Mane
conversations.
and all these other dudes. No.
Yeah.
But for
No.
$100,000, that's a win.
Yeah, for 100K a week, that's a win. He's a consummate professional. He's been at all the best teams in the Prem. He had City on his back for maybe 2 years out of his stint at City. So yeah, like he should be able to. I'm still personally don't understand why he doesn't fit, quote unquote, in Maresca's thoughts, right? Like, and Pedro Neto does, but maybe because Pedro Neto is a workhorse winger, which is not Sterling. I don't know. Because Sterling should be able to go into any team and fit in some way, somehow. Like even the reports of him going to Juventus might have been interesting. It would have definitely been a win for Juventus. So I don't know, but yeah, I think he's gonna have some real joy and real success over you guys. I'm actually interested to see that. Conversely, Jadon Sancho coming to Chelsea. First of all, let's talk about Chelsea Crystal Palace, because that game was really Ibra Eze's game. That man just kind of, never have I seen a performance where Chelsea is so interesting this season because they're actually putting in performances, but we're still getting kind of similar results to last season. To drop points against Crystal Palace is not the way we want to come out. But it was all just because Eze just turned up one time. And I guess that'll happen. But on the heels of that, we signed Jadon Sancho, and I just don't know what the hell is going on with that. Like, I just don't know.
You're not.
Look, I'm a Jadon Sancho fan. I'm a Jadon Sancho fan. I'm a Jadon Sancho. Like, I like his style of play, but I mean, let's go through what we have, the players, the depth we have in his position. Before he signed, right? We had Pedro Neto. We got rid of a Raheem Sterling. We have Noni Madueke, who plies his trade on the right. We have Chris Nkunku, who can play in any of those three positions. We have Cole Palmer, who can play in any of those three positions. We then got Joao Felix, who can play in any of those three positions.